For those of you who've had trouble with students missing the one of the consonants of a cluster and need way more help, I made a custom word list, and this is what I've done with a couple of my students who really needed, well beyond what most people need. So I took the custom word list. I took the list from, I forget the lesson 38 or I think it is, that has all of the words with the CCVC or the CVCCs. And this is the CCVCs. And I just removed the interior consonant and made my list so we would play it. And I would play it like this. We'd roll, of course, and and my student says, "Oh, I'm going to read this one." I'd say, "Okay, I want you to make this into the word glad. What do you need to put here to make the word glad?" Or it may be grad, but whatever, but glad, and have them say, "Oh, I need," and build it with their tiles or build it with, or just write it on their whiteboard and say, right. So they've got everything there except what they're really having to listen to. And sometimes they'll have to say, like, "What do you see here?" And that's glad. Okay, but I went glad. What sound do you hear that's happening right here? And let them write it on their board or build it with their tiles, and then they get to mark it. And we would go like this and do the same thing. And sometimes you have to be quick on your feet, and it's like, okay, this one, it's clot, clot. What do I need here? But sometimes you have to think, okay, what was this? Oh, that one's obviously drag and frog and clip. Um, but with the ones with the CVCCs, um, sometimes it's like, which word was this? And I just have to think a little bit. So I did the same thing here, and I got this. So this might be fond, right? And past and list. But there are ones that can be a couple of different options, and it doesn't matter. Like I wouldn't give wild here, but I could give wind and risk. So just having read over the list of the words that are in that lesson and removed these, I can get my kids to really focus in just on that part that they're really needing to listen to and be aware of. And so, you know, making use of the games. So I'm going to post these links here so that you can also use this with the custom list. But if you can see, let me see, can I scroll in here? No, can we see up here? Scroll in here. There. So you can see the list, and if you, like, I do not want to that word, you can just like backspace and get rid of it. Like when I first did it, the word was tint, and I was not going to show that one without the N, so I had to get rid of that. But if there were others in there that I don't remember or I didn't notice, you can backspace off of the list here that's up in the address bar and get rid of that option. But I'll put the links in there so you can just use these. And I only did it for the roll and read because this one seemed to work the best for getting as many of the words in front of the kids as possible. The tic-tac-toe also works with 27 options, and just, print it. And if the tic-tac-toe, you can print it and just write on the paper if you're printing the tic-tac-toe. You know what? I'll put that link in there too. So I hope that helps. And, I literally only have had to do this with a couple of students that needed this level of support. But for those who needed it, this helped my students. So I hope it helps yours.